These two men right here created the greatest offense in all of football, and today I'm going to show you how to run the drop back portion of it in Madden 22. Let's get into it. What's going on? Coach Mackey here, and today we're going to cover the air raid drop back game in Madden 22, brought to you by Mike Leach and Hal Mummy. So what are we going to do? We're going to cover the 6 play, which is the 4 verts, and the shallow, because those two play off each other. In another video, I'm going to do mesh. So without further ado, let's get into the practice field. All right, the first thing you want to do is you really want to, when you can, anytime you see one high, you want to run 4 verts. Why? Because it splits the safeties into, the safety has to make a play. Notice in this, the safety is in the middle of the field, meaning he's in the middle of the goalpost. That means it can either be 2 coverages, cover 1 or cover 3. Anytime you see that guy in the middle of the field, your first thought is the air raid Madden 22 or Madden player is 4 verts. Why? Because we're going to make that safety make the wrong play. So he's going to go one way, we're going to go the other. Here's the field view. Now we're going to get into the tags and everything in a minute, but right now stock coverage. So we're going to put the running back on a sit down because we want to hold that linebacker. We're going to see what happens. That linebacker, notice how he sits. Safety goes in the middle of the field. We bang it in there on the seam. Very important. If we wanted to, we could put the running back on an outside route to hold that guy and see what he does. And if he doesn't go with it, now we're right there. That safety is drifting to the left. That is fine. So now let's look at the tags for this against cover 3. Notice how the corners are out. So if we wanted to, we could put them on an out right there, just catch, turn, and throw it because the cornerback can't get there. We want to take what the defense is giving us, okay? So he's inside and deep, we're going to throw an out. Let's say that corner is deep and we want to put him on a curl now. We can do that, but we have to be mindful of that seam route defender. So he goes out like that, so we just got a seam right over the top. Again, you don't have to throw it, but you can tag routes in this. Let's go ahead and say, hey, this guy right here keeps hitting it. I'm going to run a slant. I want to see what happens. I want to play the game off of the defender over Kirk. So he goes this way, and then boom, right there. So you can see how you can play the game and isolate just on the 4 verts concept, which is unbelievable. Now let's go to cover 2 if we're going to do that. Now if you look at the safeties, you'll see that they're on both hashes, on the outside of the upright, meaning it can either be 2 or 4 or 6, some variation of split field coverage. What we want to do then is we want to attack that corner. What I want to do is I want to put the running back on a swing or some out route to isolate that corner. So I'm going to put it on the right. We're going to go to the right and I'm going to run it to the right, okay? I want to high-low somebody. Hopefully I don't get dogged right there. Notice how he turns and runs. So again, I want to get, if we go back and look at the replay, Ramsey, the corner, who's a freaking stud in this game, he is actually turning and ran. You see how he turns and walls off? That is a zone turn. This is how I teach my kids when I'm actually doing it. Let's say you were the ball carrier. If my Johnson, my eggplant turns to you, the quarterback, inside, that is a zone turn. If my Johnson turns and I am running with the wide receiver, that is a man turn. So if you look at this animation, he turns, you see how his eggplant is pointed into the field like that. That is a zone turn. I could have bulleted right there if I wanted to, but since he collisioned and sunk a little bit, I wanted to go ahead and drop it off to the running back for 3 or 4 yard gains. And remember, this is Madden. We're going to go for it on 4th down. So this is a way 3 times 4 is 12, which is more than 10. That is what we want to do. Now, here's the thing. Against cover 2 and cover 4, split safeties like that, you want to get somebody in the flat because it triggers that man, okay? Remember, on this channel, we're actually learning real football using Madden. Now, let's get into the shallow, which is probably one of my favorite routes of all times because it can go against any formation that the defense throws out there. This is shallow cross against cover 3, and this is what I want you to read. The defender you're going to read on this is going to be the defender over Kirk. That is the guy. If he drops back and walls off the dig, you throw the drag. If he comes up to take the drag, you throw the dig. If you have in any way, shape, or form, you were confused about what the hell to go, you go to the running back. And on this, I don't like a purple. I like to go ahead and put the running back on an out because that is what the original play art is. So again, we want to read it over Kurt. Does he drop, throw the drag? Does he come up, throw the dig behind it? If you're confused, find the running back. So he sits there. So now I'm confused. I'm throwing it to the running back. I didn't like what was going on. I threw it to the running back. That is your security blanket in the air raid is the running back. So let's try it again. Let's see if we get the same animation. So he's dropping back, he doesn't do it. Again, don't like it, gonna throw it to the running back. I don't have all the time in the world to go ahead and throw it, so I'm gonna try something different. So let's see what it is one more time. He drops back, I totally forgot. Notice he keeps dropping back, so I can hit the drag right there because my key defender was dropping back with the dig. You can do this very simply. Now let's look at this against a man-to-man type defense. This is a shallow cross against a man blitzing type defense. This is the key. You either have to hit the shallow or you have to hit the back out. That's simple because they were bringing a lot of pressure to you that you have to get off. So in this instance, I'm just gonna see. Notice how there's no one. What I'm gonna try right now is, you notice how there's no one with Kirk. I'm gonna see if I can't bang that ball in right there because there's grass there. Find grass, take grass. Couldn't do it, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit the drag. Notice how that is. I tried to do it, couldn't get it off. Let's try it again. I see grass pre-snap. That is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the grass. Is anyone open? Yes, Kirk's open. Maybe I can give it to him right when I snap the ball, and then boom. Really, just get it to him really fast. If they're not gonna press me up against man-to-man, I am gonna go ahead and get it out there. But let's say they do, I'm gonna put it again, running back off to the outside. It's flat. Hopefully we have a hot route master or something like that. But if not, I'm gonna take my drag and I'm just gonna get it to him right away and get what I can get. That is the beautiful thing about this play. You're just throwing it short to let fast guys, hopefully not Ertz, get what they can and what they can do. If you like this, you're gonna love the run game that I talk about right here.